Closing out the night in the USL Championship from Las Vegas in Cashman Field, an East versus West matchup. It's the Las Vegas Lights playing host to Louisville City. Tonight's broadcast is presented by Liuna 872 Laborers Union. With the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. Well, last week Las Vegas going on the road to San Antonio and finally stopping that losing streak.
Yeah, Machop Cholde with a very good turn, but given a little bit too much space on the edge of the box, but just sneaks it in through the legs of the defender, past the keeper. But give Las Vegas Lights credit. They dominated this match. They created a ton of chances. What a fantastic finish from Valentin Noel. The cross coming in from Gannon, and that was the least of what Las Vegas deserved on the night.
Noel gets the goal, and he is also our player to watch tonight. He really makes this team and this attack tick.
A clever player, good on the ball, Valentin Noel. Grew up in France at Niort, and that's a very, very good grounding for any player. 4 goals already and 2 assists this season in 8 matches. It makes him a player that Louisville City will have to keep an eye on.
Well, on the other side for Louisville City, last time out, this was maybe one of their most complete performances of the season.
Oh, Wilson Harris, that first strike there, Jorge Gonzalez feeding him the ball so well, just there. But he hits it early, doesn't have to settle on it, just tucks it right in the corner. Then Adrian Perez came on and made a massive difference. Runs here, puts in Racer on it. He goes to hit it, then puts it on his left foot and tucks it into the corner. And this is against a very good defensively strong Orange County side. And Adrian Perez again sets this one up for Jansen Wilson, and he tucks it into the far corner.
3-0 on the day for Louisville City. They get the 3 goals, they get the 3 points, they get the clean sheet. But our player to watch tonight for Louisville City, it's Adrian Perez. He came off the bench last week. He'll start tonight.
Yeah, deserves to get a start as well. 28 years of age, is at his peak. A good background at DC United and LAFC, and he brings it to the USL. So comfortable on the ball, plays with his head up, can thread those balls in, as we saw against Orange County, and he could help make Louisville City tick tonight.
So we are building you up to first kick from Las Vegas, the first ever trip to Las Vegas for Louisville City, and they're going up against the Las Vegas Lights side that is trying to get back on the winning track. We'll have lineups in first kick coming up next from Cashman Field in Las Vegas.
It into the far corner.
Vegas Lights side. Closing out the night in the USL Championship from Las Vegas in Cashman Field, in East versus West matchup. It's the Las Vegas Lights playing host to Louisville City. Tonight's broadcast is presented by LiUNA 872 Laborers Union. With the former Manchester United goalkeeper Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. Well, last week Las Vegas going on the road to San Antonio and finally stopping that losing streak.
Yeah, Machop Chol there with a very good turn, but given a little bit too much space on the edge of the box, but just sneaks it in through the legs of the defender, past the keeper. But give Las Vegas Lights credit. They dominated this match. They created a ton of chances. What a fantastic finish from Valentin Noel. The cross coming in from Gannon, and that was the least of what Las Vegas deserved on the night.
Noel gets the goal, and he is also our player to watch tonight. He really makes this team and this attack tick.
A clever player, good on the ball, Valentin Noel. Grew up in France at Niorbi, and that's a very, very good grounding for any player. 4 goals already and 2 assists this season in 8 matches. It makes him a player that Louisville City will have to keep an eye on.
Well, on the other side for Louisville City, last time out, this was maybe one of their most complete performances of the season.
Oh, Wilson Harris, that first strike there, Jorge Gonzalez feeding him the ball so well, just there. But he hits it early, doesn't have to settle on it, just tucks it right in the corner. Then Adrian Perez came on and made a massive difference. Runs here, puts in Racer on it. He goes to hit it, then puts it on his left foot and tucks it into the corner. And this is against a very good defensively strong Orange County side. And Adrian Perez again sets this one up for Jansen Wilson, and he tucks it into the far corner.
3-0 on the day for Louisville City. They get the 3 goals, they get the 3 points, they get the clean sheet. But our player to watch tonight for Louisville City, it's Adrian Perez. He came off the bench last week. He'll start tonight.
Yeah, deserves to get a start as well. 28 years of age. He's at his peak. A good background at DC United and LAFC, and he brings it to the USL. So comfortable on the ball. Plays with his head up, can thread those balls in, as we saw against Orange County, and he could help make Louisville City tick tonight.
So we are building you up to first kick from Las Vegas, the first ever trip to Las Vegas for Louisville City, and they're going up against the Las Vegas Lights side that is trying to get back on the winning track. We'll have lineups in first kick coming up next from Cashman Field in Las Vegas.
AIS is a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights Football Club.
Hey, bud. This doing nothing all day isn't good.
You should be out making friends.
Lots of friends.
Why? Huh? Because I'm not enough? By myself? Because you would love me more if I was always bringing over new money friends?
Yes.
It's called earning dividends, dear.
Get your money working with amazing certificate rates now at AmericaFirst.com.
Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Mi raza bonita. Desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en la bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by LiUNA 872. by Great Clips and by America First Credit Union. Building you up to first kick tonight from Cashman Field in Las Vegas. Getting set for first kick tonight. Time to take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They are presented by Liuna 872. We'll start with Las Vegas and Dennis Sanchez side.
Just the one change, Solo Asante coming in for Coleman Gannon, who isn't available in a 4-4-2, but it becomes a 4-2-4. Samake and Asante will push up in the attack on the flanks.
On the other side for Louisville City, a couple of changes here for Danny Cruz.
Yep, McFadden starts, so does Adrian Perez, of course, after all those assists in the last match. Jensen Wilson and Ray Serrano drop down to the bench in their normal 3-4-3 lineup shape.
And with that, we are just about set to go. There is Damian Loss, who will be in goal for Louisville City. They are in the white tops and gold shorts and all black. It is Las Vegas Lights. This light side winless in their last 5, trying to get things back on track. We are ready to go. There's the whistle. It is Louisville City and Las Vegas Lights. The first ever matchup between these two sides here in Las Vegas. Just the second matchup all time between these two clubs. Two teams in very opposite form at the moment. Louisville City coming off that great 3-0 win over Orange County. They're unbeaten in their last 5 in all competitions. Although that draw against the Sounders in the Open Cup ended what had been a 3-game winning streak, but they got right back on the winning track last week, and Danny Cruz said he was very proud about how his team came out physically in that game, especially after a very taxing 120 minutes and a road trip all the way out to Seattle.
Yeah, no question, Lucidia, just an absolutely fabulous form. Scored the most goals, biggest goal difference per game played. Only Charleston Battery coming close to that at the moment. They've played more games. But don't discount Las Vegas Lights. Yes, 4 losses and 1 draw in their last 5, but to go to San Antonio and nearly end their unbeaten run. Yes, they did it in the second half with a man extra, but in the first half they were still dominant against San Antonio, and they put up a hell of a battle against LAFC, only going down in the final moments. They were within a goal right up until the last few minutes of the game. So maybe Las Vegas Lights getting themselves organized, playing with a false 9. They might have turned the corner.
Take a look at our injury report. It's presented by Desert Radiology. Brian Ownby remaining out for Louisville City. A couple of injuries there for Las Vegas. A couple of those players, Pinzon and Aguilar, have yet to feature this season. It's turned over in the middle. There's Davila looking for the quick ball ahead. It squirms through. Smart trying to prevent a corner kick, and does. It's a throw-in. This is the Las Vegas side, their last win coming here at home in the league on April 6th, a 1-0 win against San Antonio. Their only other win since was 2-1 against Spokane Velocity in the Open Cup. As Adams moves it out wide.
Oh, they've been a strange side, haven't they, Las Vegas? They lost their first 2, won the next 2, and you thought, oh, something's happening here. Then they lost their next 4, and then they go and draw away in a fantastic effort against San Antonio. So you're just not quite sure what Las Vegas side you're going to get.
They've been very competitive this season. Maybe keep the Charleston game out of that. Although even in that game, they made a lot of mistakes that contributed to that game getting out of hand. But it's been a very competitive side. And as Danny Cruz said, their points don't really reflect who they are. We'll see how it all comes to be as we take a look at our keys to the game presented by Silver State Schools Credit Union. Las Vegas trying to get out on a good start.
Yeah, they've fallen behind in the last, all 5 of their last 5 games. You can't keep falling behind. You've got to get a good start and try and get on the front foot, which they're trying to do here. For Lou City, fight for every ball. It's a small, tight pitch. You're not going to get time on that ball. You've got to try and win it as soon as it appears. That means beating your opponent to the ball as often as possible.
Here's Aiden McFadden. He's one of those 2 changes coming in for Jansen Wilson, who scored a really fine goal to close out the 3-0 win last week. This comes back for Amateur.
It's a tough squad to be in when you score a good goal, play well, and then you find yourself down on the bench. But I guess that's what this Lou City squad's all about. Same for Ray Serrano, scored last week, played well. He's on the bench as well, but I guess it's also part of rotations that happen throughout the season.
Quite a bit of travel recently for Lou City as well. I mentioned going up to Seattle, and then home last week, and now coming back west to take on Las Vegas. And Louisville will be on the road next week at Rhode Island. So more travel upcoming for Lou City. It's the second all-time meeting between these two. Last year, it was Lou City getting a 1-0 win over Las Vegas. Enoch Mushagalusa scoring the lone goal in that game.
It's a very different Las Vegas side, not only from last season, of course. There's been a complete change of everything here, including the stadium and the way they play. But in recent times, playing with a false nine, they've got a dominating midfield a lot better. I mean, some of their stats against San Antonio are crazy. That 0.27 expected goals for the home side. Really?
There's JC Ngando trying to line up a shot. Ordonez blocked it. As Kona trying to keep it alive. There's Garcia stepping forward for Nigro. Nigro was clipped and fouled. Puts it into play very quickly. Noel finding space on the far side. Here's Sean Smart for Charlie Adams. Adams, a former Lou City player. Now Nigro. Samake. And now Ngando looking to slip it in behind. It's Noel to put it across the face of goal. Ordonez gets it out.
A good spell here for Las Vegas. Noel once again on that left-hand side. Such a clever player. And this false nine allows them to dominate possession.
Noel trying to keep it in play. Oh, bang right off the corner flag and play on. Worked out to his advantage, but Las Vegas couldn't keep it. A bit of pressure, and Loss just has to get rid of it. Wilson Harris trying to get after it. He was one of the 3 goal scorers last week. And a few games without a goal, but back amongst them last week. He's up to 8 goals in the USL Championship this year.
Yeah, second only to Nick Markanik in the Golden Boot. So having a fantastic season. Wilson Harris.
There's Davila coming right through the middle. Davila, a chance to shoot, and it's a great start for Louisville City. Taylor Davila opens the scoring just 7 minutes in.
That's a fantastic finish from Taylor Davila. He's hit it with power, he's hit it past the goalkeeper. Nothing that Nick Amateur can do. But they did back off him a little bit on the edge of the box. If you have a look at it, Las Vegas, they could have done more defensively. Jorge Gonzalez just getting this thing moving. But from this position here, Taylor Davila goes. He's not being closed down. No one goes to him. There's a little bit of a foot out there from Fabian Garcia. That wasn't much for defensively. Have a look at this. Just put a foot out. He goes past that. He finds himself 16 yards out and goes, I'll tell you what, from this distance, with my left foot, I'll have a whack. It just almost passes it into the back of the net. Passes with power. And Nick Amateur just getting fingertips to it, but not enough. So great finish, Taylor Davila. Not the best defending, though, from Las Vegas Lights.
It's his 3rd goal of the season. He last scored against the Charleston Battery all the way back on April 9th. Davila, not necessarily known as a goal scorer, although last year for RGV did score 6 times and assisted 5 more goals. Goals coming from all over the field for Louisville City. They have now scored the most in the USL Championship at 27.
Wow. And they've got a couple of games on Charleston Battery as well. But just Fabian Garcia, such a good, solid defender, and especially in his time in San Antonio. What's he doing just putting a back foot out there in the hope of winning the ball? Surely you stand up strong. You don't let the player pass. You slow him down if you have to. He just sort of went one way, stuck out his back foot, and it was so simple for Taylor Davila just to go around the center back into the box and get a free shot.
Goes back to your key to the game for Las Vegas, and now it's, what, 6 games in a row?
Wow.
They have fallen behind at the start.
Yeah, it makes life difficult if that's how you're going to go into every match, but you have to analyze the reasons why, and I'm sure Dennis Sanchez has been going through that with his coaching staff game after game. That one, is, to me, is just poor defending. There's nothing else. And you've got Emre Clemente and Fabian Garcia, 2 really good centre-backs. And unless I'm being very harsh on Fabian Garcia, I don't think that was his finest moment defending. I think he's capable of a lot better than that.
We'll see what the response is from Las Vegas. A lot of good talent out there, but they turn it over again. Davila for Perez. Cuts this one in, is able to keep it in a tight space. Davila back for Perez. Back for the goal scorer. Trying to find some space. Perez. Now McFadden gets to the end line and puts the cross in. It's cleared away. Coming forward, Ordonez keeps possession alive, only momentarily. Now as Kona can carry it out for Las Vegas, if he can find a way out. Tosh with the header forward. Winder keeps it alive. Elijah Winder. This one will bounce wide. A decent look at goal there on a half chance from Elijah Winder.
Yeah, it's worth a shot, isn't it? Again, space to run into. Adams trying to close him down. Doesn't quite connect with it. Doesn't bother the keeper, Nick Amateur, too much. But it's a really good start from Lou City. It's what you expect from a team. Where have they gone now? 380 minutes nearly without conceding a goal. Defensively super tight and killing it going forward. I mean, it's like the perfect world for Danny Cruz at the moment.
They have not given up a goal in the league since that game on April 9th at Charleston. They gave up 3. This is one of the top defenses in the USL Championship. Loss looked like he slipped and just had to put this out of play.
Well, I was just giving some stats a moment or two ago about Las Vegas and why they can't be ignored even though they are 1-0 down. They only allowed San Antonio 0.27 expected goals. They got 1.58. But in terms of shots, the home side had 3, Las Vegas had 21. Las Vegas had 72% possession away at San Antonio. Unless it's an anomaly, which it might very well be, then this Las Vegas side is capable of some extremely good football. So Lou City shouldn't take anything for granted at this stage.
Not take anything away from Las Vegas. They were up a man for a portion of that match, but San Antonio able to hold them to just 1 goal. That goes to maybe the greater problem for Las Vegas this year, and that's they only scored 11 goals, this being their 11th match. They've conceded 20.
Wow.
So they've got to clean things up defensively. It's Amateur getting the start in goal again. Came into that LAFC match, and Dennis Sanchez said, well, he played so well, we couldn't really take him out. And it wasn't that Rico Rosarena was playing poorly. It was just Amateur played well. Got to go with the hot hand.
He did. I remember that match. He pulled off some great saves. And as I say, Las Vegas were within a goal. They were just 1 goal down going into the last sort of 5 or 10 minutes. It was a really good performance against a strong LAFC outfit who played some of their top players. Kai Kamara with the header early on, and Christian Oliveira with 2 goals. So they had some quality on the pitch, did LAFC.
Gondo is his pocket picked. Perez trying to go quick for Wilson Harris. It rolls through for Amateur. Las Vegas trying to get things going here tonight. The City have had them pinned in. Trying for a way out. Adams taken off the ball. There's Ascona, back for Adams. Relentless in their press here early on is Lou City. Samake. Two hands on McFadden, who went down. It's a free kick for Lou City.
And they're battling to get Samake into the game, and we haven't even mentioned Solo Asante on the other side. Both the sort of wide players for Las Vegas Lights, really just not getting into the game as yet.
Lofting it all the way across, and this will bounce out of play. Morris couldn't keep it alive. Deflects out, it's a throw-in on the way. When you look at what Las Vegas has done well this year, and when they won those 3 games in a row, they were all clean sheets. So it really starts defensively for this team, and then they can see what they have going higher up the field. But defensively, lately it has not been that great. 3 goals against LAFC, though, as we mentioned, a good LAFC side. 2 against New Mexico, 6 against Charleston, 2 against Rhode Island, 3 against Monterey Bay. They're just shipping too many goals right now.
Yeah, and falling behind in every game. And whenever you fall behind, you're chasing the game, you leave yourself open. So it clearly is a problem in defense for Dennis Sanchez, but I think he understands it. When we chatted to him, we asked him about Lou City. He said they're a well-balanced side, no superstars, they all work together. He said they're aggressive in their press, and he said we will have to suffer because they're a high-scoring team. Well, he's right, they're suffering at the moment. They're 1-0 down, and they can barely get out of their own half.
Pretty much nailed that.
Yeah.
Sante on the far side. They'll play this down the line. Donia's kept everybody on. Sante looking to cut this infield. Move it down the line. Smart, the service in. Samake's there, able to clean this up. And who else? It's Valentin Noel. And a quick response from the Lights at home.
That all starts out wide with Solo Asante, bringing the ball in, drags defenders with him, turns, plays it out wide. That allows a lovely ball to be played into the box. And Gauso Samake has a crack at it and misses. Have a look here, he comes inside, drags all the defenders with him, turns. Now there's space out wide for a lovely ball to be played in. There's a chance for Samake, which he totally whiffs on, but what it does, it drags all the defenders with him, and the ball falls for Valentin Noel, and he doesn't miss. What a good finish, and what a good response from this Las Vegas Lights team. Once again, the way they've played last couple of games, I think they might have turned the corner, and we might be seeing a very, very good side here in Las Vegas Lights.
Valentin Noel, now his 5th goal of the season. That leads Las Vegas. He's now scored in 2 straight games, but Lou City right back at it. Here's McFadden getting to the end line, puts this across, and it's headed out of play. Now a corner kick on the way for Lou City.
Again, Las Vegas Lights must keep it tight now, having got yourself back in the game against one of the top sides in the USL. You can't afford to concede again, so good defense, stay tight on your players, and just try and just hold Lou City for the next few minutes.
In swinger put in, header coming through by Ordonez. It is over the bar.
He does well to get to the ball, doesn't he? But it was just above him. Gets in front of the players in front. And he's stretching as he does that. And this is an interesting phase of the match. Can Las Vegas build on this, or are Lou City going to pin them back and just get another chance at goal? It'll tell us just how good this Las Vegas side is or isn't.
It's just over 340 minutes for Lou City without conceding a goal.
Have you included all the extra minutes that get added on every game?
No, I have not done that. We're just going off 90.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit. It might be a little bit more than that. Actually, it definitely is more than that.
Yeah. It's amazing how many. It seems to be almost up to 10 minutes every half that seems to be added in many games.
There's Noel. Luckily, there's no VAR to add even more minutes on here in the USL. Valentin Noel, what a player he has been since coming over from Austin FC 2, where he was last year. That was where Dennis Sanchez was as well. Brought him over here with him, and he is really flourishing here in the USL Championship. Full transfer from Austin. And there's more space here, and it's played ahead for Noel. The early ball ahead deflects into the corner, and Tosh will prevent a corner kick.
Just to your point about Valentin Noel, he's a fantastic football brain. So is Solomon Asante on the other side. You get those two guys on the ball often, they're going to cause Lou City a few problems.
Foul as Harris goes down, and a free kick back to Louisville. Davila, who opened the scoring tonight. Perez down the line and too far out in front of McFadden. McFadden on loan from Atlanta United. Last year spent his time on loan at Memphis. Product out of Notre Dame.
Nobody there from that kick by Nigro. He was under a little bit of pressure. Interesting player, Nigro. A little bit of history from Italy, spent some time there, even though he's from Real Monarchs.
Perez coming in. Clemente gets this one away. It's headed forward once more. McFadden. Here's Perez, who cuts it in. Perez! An ambitious effort as it sails out of play.
You can see what he was thinking, that far post top corner. Put some power behind it as well. But look, as he cuts in a moment, the ball goes up and he cuts in here. And from that position there, you're thinking that top far corner is appealing to him. He just puts too much juice in it and it flies over the crossbar.
No goals so far for Adrian Perez this year. He does have 4 assists in the season for Louisville City. He's coming off a year last year where he scored 10 goals for San Diego Loyal. That is by far the most goals that he's ever scored in a season. He got 1 in 2019 with LAFC for breaking out for 10 a year ago. Foul as Noel is caught, and a free kick for Las Vegas. Some pretty small shin guards.
Looking at that ground there, I don't think it's the best of pitches to play on. You can see there's brown patches all over the place. So, you know, where it's green, it bounces one way. Where it's brown, it bounces differently. It's a tight pitch. And teams generally struggle on this pitch when they come here and they're not used to it.
Dennis Sanchez did say, though, they do get the advantage of training on it often, so they know all the nooks and crannies of it.
You would think that, therefore, because of that, at home they would have a really good track record. But I'm not so sure that they do. They lost against LAFC at home, before that New Mexico at home, before that Rhode Island at home. So, yeah.
7 points in 6 games, and that includes the live standings here. It's a foul, and it will go the way of Louisville.
We have to say, though, for Las Vegas Lights, good job they've done under new ownership, just to become a little bit more professional. It's not knocking the previous teams. They had the idea of making it a fun, lively event, but it did take away a little bit from the football side. Most coaches we spoke to would say, every time they're going to play Las Vegas, really want to put up with all that noise.
This cross put into the back post. Smart makes the smart decision and just heads this out of harm's way.
And there were water beds all around the pitch, weren't there? There was also
mattresses, there were llamas, cash drop from a helicopter. We can go on and on, Gary.
Yeah, and I think most coaches are like, really, we're here to play soccer? Now it's a much more professional outfit, new owner who really is backing the team, and from a baseball star that you will know well from his time here.
You're a big baseball guy, aren't you?
Well, I'm learning as I go along.
Here's Jorge Gonzalez, ready to deliver. Lifting it up to the back post. Adams there to head it centrally, and it's cleared away once again. It's Kona, and now Nigro. Here's Kona. Switch of play, and Las Vegas able to find a way out. Samake, it looked like he was well offside. Flag would have come up, I believe, if he would have gotten a touch to it.
I think you're right. He did look well offside, but again, Solo Asante giving the ball, plays it nice and early. It's up to the striker to keep himself in an onside position. I think Asante on the one side and Valentino on the other have such good outlets because they play quick ball and they're aware of all the players around them and where they are.
Play it down the line. Nigro. Here's Garcia. Amater gets it out. Tosh scoops it forward, again headed away. Nigro. Here's Davila stepping forward, taken away by Clementa. Now here's Adams. It's Kona turned around, but is able to keep it. Still has Kona looking for Samake. Tosh keeps it alive, and back for Damian Las.
Hasn't had much to do, has he, Damian Las? I think it just shows you that Lou City have had a fair amount of control in this game. And if you look at Lou City's expected goals in most of the games they've played, they've dominated teams.
Slid just too far out in front of Wilson Harris.
Against Orange County, they were 1.66 to Orange County's 0.48, so comfortably better than them there. They were even better than Seattle Sounders by a full goal in the match that they lost on penalties. And don't get me started on Hartford, 6-0 at home. They absolutely thumped them, both with goals scored and expected goals. So they do dominate matches, do Lou City.
Here's Wilson Harris, who cuts it back. McFadden, it was blocked. Looked like a couple of chances there for Louisville City. It will be a corner kick on the way.
We're just talking about them creating chances. Here they are, just almost too easy. Edge of the box, this ball played through, he's got space. And eventually McFadden gets blocked, but just not quite tight enough in that box are the Las Vegas defenders.
Looks like maybe that should have been a goal kick as it deflected off of McFadden, but they award the corner. Here's Davila to deliver, and the header is just high. It looked like Sean Tosh was closest to it. Great chance for Lou City.
Yeah, good ball in. It's whipped with pace here from Davila. And Sean Tosh takes the gamble and just runs in there. He actually has to bring his head down to make contact. Wasn't able to steer it on goal. But these are all little half chances, dangerous balls in the box. Good time there. You never know whether they get a handball, a trip. Something could happen. And this is the pressure that Lou City do apply when they play against most teams.
We asked the question to Danny Cruz, what keeps you up at night? And he said, well, there's not a whole lot to complain about at this point. And they are still trying to get a little healthier, get Brian Ownby back. Carlos Mogul still out of the lineup. No Sam Gleedle tonight. Dylan Maris is out. They still have more reinforcements, and he talked about the depth of this team. He's always pleased with who he can bring off the bench.
Yeah, I did say to him, what about complacency? He said, no, my team won't get complacent. He said, I'll make sure of that. And we, as you say, injuries, he said, no, we've got depth. So really, you're quite right. You couldn't ask much better if you're Danny Cruz. The only problem, doesn't really count until you get to the playoffs.
A bit too far out in front of Azcona as it's cleared away. Flag is up for offside against Wilson Harris.
I think Danny Cruz has said to that a number of times. We've spoken to him. Wonderful, all these stats, because going back over the years, they've put some great stats together. Lou City, last year not their best, but the years before that, breaking records. And they get to the playoffs, and then it just takes one bad day or one good team like Charleston Battery to knock them out, as they did last year. So that's when it really counts.
Again, Davila right through the middle. Taylor Davila moves it across. Here's Perez. And the flag is up for offside. It looked like Davila was going to recreate his first goal.
Yeah, I'm surprised Perez got caught offside. Oof, yeah, maybe just very close, but it's Perez's job. He's looking down the line. He can see every defender. He's got to keep himself onside.
Talk about the chances that they continue to create. They're one of 3 teams who've scored every game this season. Going back to last year, they've scored in 14 straight regular season games. It's their longest streak since 2021. Las will collect this once again.
You talk about the quality on the bench. You've got Wes Sharpie in defense, Ray Serrano, Tola Shawanmi, Jansen Wilson, Amadou Dia, Niall McCabe. I mean, and even Danny Fondes in goals. When he's come in, he's played really well. Played against Seattle Sounders in that 2-2 draw and nearly made himself a hero with those penalty saves. So, yep, they have got fantastic depth. And you mentioned a few players who are not even available through injuries. So, not much they have to do. Is just keep playing like this and take this form into the playoffs.
Valentin Noel down and looks like he's okay, just tying his shoe. We can tell you that eFootball 2024 is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now.
Is this high press again, sorry. But then look at the number of Lou City shirts just in picture there. What, 7? They don't give you a chance to breathe trying to play out from the back.
Harris trying to come forward. That's a foul. Just a bit too much there from the striker. Tightly contested one so far, but I think it's probably fair to say Lou City's been on the front foot in this game. Just the one shot for Las Vegas, and it's the shot that they put in the back of the net. 4 so far for Louisville in this game. They are creating chances at a much higher clip than Las Vegas, and expected goals show that at 0.54 to 0.1 at this point.
And eventually that tells, I mean, there's the odd match where you can be unlucky, but generally you create that pressure, those chances, something goes your way. Maybe it's a deflected goal, maybe it's an unlucky handball against a defending side. But if you put in balls in boxes, as they always say, good things happen, and that's what Lou City are all about.
It's interesting looking at the possession. It's almost 69% so far for Las Vegas, although it seems like a lot of the possession has been in this area of the field just because of that pressure from Louisville City. It's back for Amateur.
Yeah, I prefer to look at stats about entries into the opponent's box. I think that gives you a much better idea of who's on the front foot and who's not.
7 touches in the opposition box for Louisville, 3 for Las Vegas. 21-12 in terms of final third entries. This deflects out. It's a corner kick coming for Las Vegas.
Haven't got too many big players, Las Vegas. They play the false nine with all their smaller players, but they do have the two big center backs coming up into view, Emre Clemente and Fabian Garcia in particular. So any good service, might find one of those two big guys.
Adams, a good server of the ball. Adams delivers, puts this right on top of the goal. It's headed away, and a throw-in is coming up for the Lights.
Wow, what a good corner that was. That was bending and it was dipping down. Hard to defend against.
Gondo sends it in once again. Adams feels some pressure. He was fouled. It's a free kick. McFadden saying, well, the AR didn't wave his flag, and
he's not the referee.
Yeah.
Only counts what the referee does. There's a big shove in the back. I mean, I don't think there's too much you can complain about there. If you keep your arm down, maybe. But also the referee's looking behind. The assistant ref can't see that the arm in the back of the Las Vegas Lights players. So dangerous position. And as I say, that corner he hit just now, Charlie Adams. Wow, the whip and the bend make it very difficult for defenders and goalkeeper to react in time.
Charlie Adams standing over this once again. Adams delivers, he goes for goal, and it's in! A brilliant strike from Charlie Adams, and Las Vegas, they've taken the lead!
Fantastic strike. The way he hits it, the pace, question marks about Damien Lass getting beaten there. You know that's got to be your near post, has got to be the area that you look after as a goalkeeper, but the whip, the pace it comes in, the goalkeeper gets his hands to it and can't keep it out. He's off his line a little bit too much for my liking, because that's so close, it almost is like a shot, and Damien Lass coming off his line to maybe try and get across. Gets caught out at the near post, but take nothing away from Charlie Adams. He whips that in with so much pace. Great strike.
The former Lou City man, he played for Lou City back in 2015. And now Las Vegas has taken the lead here tonight. Not a big goal scorer is Charlie Adams. This is his first goal for the club, a player who was supposed to start the first game against Memphis and then got injured in the warm-up. It took him a few weeks to get back, but he is back, and he has been a regular in the starting lineup for Dennis Sanchez's side. And now, here at home, they fought back after trailing early, and they have taken a 2-1 lead.
I think important to go back to Aidan McFadden giving away that free kick in such a dangerous area. There was no need to give it away. The player was going away from goal, just hold him up, don't have to do anything. Instead, gets into his bag, puts his arm out, gives away a dangerous free kick, and they've paid the price. It sometimes is the mistake before the actual event that is unnecessary, and I'm pretty sure that Daniel Cruz will not be happy about giving away that particular free kick.
After all of these chances for Louisville City, they're the ones that trail in this game. Vegas have been the more clinical of the two teams thus far, as Tosh can stride forward. Comes in field, it was off the mark looking for Perez. Here's Ngando. Maybe something on here for Las Vegas. Samake tries to cut this one back. He had his Kona up ahead. Decided to try to find Ngando instead. Harris for McFadden. Clementa, physical defending, runs through for Amateur.
We were asking the question at the start of this match, is this a new Las Vegas Lights team in terms of have they turned the corner with that performance away at San Antonio, the draw and the very good effort against the strong LAFC team and playing this false 9, which Dennis Sanchez said is something that they really felt they would like to try. Well, it seems to be working.
He's headed forward again. Wilson Harris, there was some contact. As it bounds out of play, a corner kick is coming for Lou City.
Yeah, referee not interested. Smart standing over him, giving him the death stare for going down. There was a couple of arms in front of him, but I don't think that's enough for a penalty.
Jorge Gonzalez ready to deliver again. It's an in-swinger, it's flicked across. Cleared away as far as Davila. Played ahead, and Morris has this deflect out of play. Danny Cruz asking for a foul, I believe.
Yeah, it must be frustrating from his point of view because, as you mentioned, they've pretty much dominated this game in terms of chances created, Lou City.
Another long throw, it's headed away. Morris sends it airborne. Adams, it was flicked and then out of play.
There's a long way to go yet, and Lou City have proven this season that they're a tough side. Against Seattle Sounders, they were 2-0 down in that Open Cup match, came back to 2-2. They're gonna battle on here, no question about that. So lots more work, I would think, for Nick Amateur in goal there for Las Vegas. Difficult goalkeeper not to spot with that bright outfit.
No, yeah. You wore pink, right?
Although back in the day, there only was one color. It was like the very first Model T Fords. Any color as long as it's black. Well, for us, it was any color as long as it was green.
There's goalkeeper kits now in all different colors.
Gee.
Clementa looking forward. It's flicked along. Adams and now Tosh can settle. It's taken away. Davila dispossessed. Ngando ahead for Samake. So Samake trying to put in the dangerous area, but instead a corner kick coming for Las Vegas.
A few questions being asked of Samake by his fellow teammates, and he hasn't done much with the ball when he's got it. Samake is quick. He should have scored when the goal was scored. He totally fluffed that. He hasn't put decent balls in the box as yet, so I think a few teammates just asking him to up his game if he can.
It's an in-swinger from the corner to the back post. Headed back across and cleared as far as Solomon Asante. He finds Valentin Noel. He's in space. Noel's cross just a bit too tall. Garcia was up for it. It'll be another corner kick for Las Vegas.
What about the quality of that cross from Noel? He puts it with the outside of his right foot. That often catches you out as a keeper or a defender. You're expecting it with his left. And again, even that ball there was so clever. But look, as he comes up, you're thinking, is he going to hit it with his left? Outside of the right, just quick. And nearly the perfect cross. Well headed clear.
Well, ready again. See what he can pull out of his bag of tricks. Noel to the back post this time. It's flicked away. Samake tracking it down. He'll keep it in play. And now maybe a chance for Lou City to counter. There was some contact, but play on. Morris leading the break. Harris is in the middle, and Ngando breaks it up.
By the way, Solomon Asante ran the entire length of that pitch to get back into a centre-back position. But that was Samake. Poor pass from him. I just mentioned him a minute ago as having to do better. He plays that ball back. He gives his teammate a hospital ball, and he gets wiped out in midfield. They lose possession. Got to do better, Samake.
And for Noel. Oh, a back heel flick, but then a perfect tackle put in. Davila wins it right back for Lou City. McFadden riding the challenge, and he was fouled. Set piece opportunity, and another good server of the ball is Adrian Perez.
Perfect time to get an equalizer if you're Lou City just before halftime. Got enough big boys there. Carl Adams is up as well. Lots of height in this Lou City side. Sean Tosh at the back stick.
Gonzalez, it's going to be Perez. Headed away into 2 minutes of stoppage time. Perez will lift it forward again. Amateur is there to hold on to it.
That's a poor ball from Perez. He's got to whip it in with pace. He put so much height in there. Nobody even bothered to challenge the goalkeeper at the end. If you whip it in, there's enough bodies there. Don't give people time to respond if it comes in with pace.
Perez trying to play it ahead. Adams. Now is their way out for Las Vegas. Smart cuts it back. And it's just sent downfield. We can tell you to mark your calendars on Wednesday, May 29th. Monterey Bay takes on Eastern Conference leader Charleston Battery. That'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Monterey Bay, a tough defeat tonight. Going out to Loudoun and losing 3-0. Monterey Bay, a red card in that game. Now Loudoun, it's all eyes on LAFC on Tuesday night at BMO Stadium in Los Angeles. It's quite an away day for Loudoun.
Wow. It's a better Loudoun side than we've seen the last few years, that's for certain. But still, away at LAFC, if they play the sort of team they played against Las Vegas Lights, and that's a real big task for Loudoun.
Minus Hugo Lloris, who did not play. That's probably one of their top teams LAFC put on the field. It's out wide for McFadden again, trying to finish this half strong. Asante flicks it out, just enough time for another corner kick.
Again, good Lou City pressure. They're putting the ball in the box. They're asking questions of defenders. They're just not getting much joy for their efforts at the moment.
Gonzalez stands over it. Lifting it in, heads go up, and this one out of play. Pretty much bring us to halftime, and it will. Delayed, but we got there. Well, Lou City, they scored the first goal of this game, but Las Vegas came storming back, and they're the ones that will go into the break with the 2-1 advantage.
Yeah, and 2 good goals. I mean, Charlie Adams one is just spectacular strike, and Valentin Noel, but both of them will bother Lou City in terms of, was the goalkeeper in the right position? Did they defend the first cross? And why haven't been able to put some of their chances in the back of the net? But there's still 45 minutes to go, so I think we're going to see plenty more goalmouth action from both sides.
See what the second half brings. Las Vegas is looking for their first win in over a month. Lou City trying to avoid defeat for the first time in over a month. Something's got to give in the second half, but at the break, it's Las Vegas 2 and Louisville City 1.
Years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
At comprehensive cancer centers, the most advanced treatments and breakthrough research are helping our patients thrive. But some of our most powerful treatments are preventative. This begins together in our community through awareness, outreach, education, and support. From healthier living and self-checks to screening for early detection, we can now find and treat some cancers before they strike. We're doing this together, Southern Nevada, and teamwork saves lives.
Tonight's broadcast is presented by SNWA, by La Bonita, by Silver State Schools Credit Union, and by Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Las Vegas always shining in the lights. They have the lead at the break as halftime is presented by SNWA. Change your watering clock now to avoid costly water waste fines. 2-1 in favor of the Lights. A great night to bring the whole family out to Cashman Field and hoping to see them bring 3 points home as well. Well, what is to come for these teams is presented by Advanced Imaging Solutions. Well, another tough away day coming up next. They'll go east to Tampa Bay.
Wow, that is going to be a tough match for them. Phoenix Rising won't be easy as well. Miami FC, well, Miami's struggling. When that got them at home, they should do well there. Loudoun United, a much better side, as we said, than we've seen the last few seasons. In Colorado Springs, I think they've won 4 of the last 5 or something. They're on a tear, so yeah. This is a tough USL League, and every game, I think, bar the Miami FC game, it promises to be a really tough one.
You could have put 5 other teams up there and also said it was hard. It just goes to show you the depth of this league. How about for Lou City? What is to come? Well, next week, it's a tricky game against Rhode Island.
Yeah, away at Rhode Island's never easy. Charleston Battery battled to get a draw there, so it gives you some idea. Detroit City have had a fantastic start to the season. Again, Miami FC, they're struggling. North Carolina also maybe not at their best. And then at Tampa Bay Rowdies, what a match that will be.
Always a good one between those two. How about what's going on in the Western Conference? Maybe not the 2 top teams like we see with Charleston and Louisville. We'll see that in a second, but it's very close in this Western Conference.
It is, and there's not much of a gap between, I mean, Phoenix Rising are on 12 in the last spot, and then Monterey Bay and Orange County 1 win ahead of them in 3rd and 4th place. So it could all change. FC Tulsa, Las Vegas, they put a run together, even Oakland Roots. They put a run together, they'll make up that ground fairly quickly.
And for El Paso, they are in a top spot at the moment, but what's going on in the Eastern Conference? Well, it's the class of the league right now. Charleston and Louisville at the top.
Oh, they're just flying, both of them. And the goal difference slightly higher for Charleston Battery, but they've played extra games, and there's still 45 minutes to go in this one. Detroit, fantastic start. Indy looking good. Tampa Bay will get stronger, I've no doubt about that. Pittsburgh, strange season, but they lost a lot of players, and Bob Lilly will have them playing well. And then it starts to get a bit tricky. Loudoun, North Carolina, Hartford, not sure who's going to end up in that 8th spot.
These standings presented by La Bonita. It is halftime from Las Vegas, and the Lights, they lead this one by 2-1. Halftime is presented by SNWA. We'll have the second half and more halftime coming up.
Go get it, Doug.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Traeger up over the top. Tristan Traeger. It's in.
Opportunity here. The hit and a goal.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
They're hungry for the women's game. They want to see women's soccer. They want to play women's soccer, and that's what we're building at the USL.
Looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Desert Radiology is the area's chief resource for the highest quality medical imaging and diagnostic care. We're proud to offer 11 conveniently located imaging centers across the valley. As a member of the community for over 50 years, Desert Radiology is proud to be the official imaging partner of the Las Vegas Lights. To learn more, visit desertrad.com. That's desertrad.com. Let's go Lights!
Tonight's halftime is presented by SNWA. Change your watering clock now to avoid costly water waste fines. It's 2-1 in favor of the Las Vegas Lights over Lou City at the break. A good one through 45 minutes. Time to take a look at news and notes from around the USL Championship and the Open Cup. It is back this week. We got some good games on the way.
Some very, very exciting games, and pity for Las Vegas, they're not going to be involved, or Lou City. But we're going to get a chance to see LAFC, you mentioned already, against Loudoun. There's a couple of other big ones as well. And this is when the shocks come in, because a lot of these MLS teams will play slightly weaker sides. And against USL, good USL teams, that can bring a little surprise result.
Tampa Bay Rowdies will host FC Dallas as well. That'll be a good one. But in terms of what is to come, this is what it looks like. Charleston and Atlanta will kick things off on Tuesday. That's a juicy fixture.
Oh, that is a huge one. Sac Republic against San Jose Earthquakes is another one. We mentioned LAFC and Loudoun. New Mexico United, they've got a good shot against a 2-side, NYCFC 2. So New Mexico could go through there. And then Sporting Kansas City host FC Tulsa.
So that's what will happen on Tuesday. 3 games on Wednesday. And how about FC Dallas going to Tampa Bay and Al Lang? That'll be a fun one.
Yeah, not an easy trip at all. Seattle Sounders hosting Phoenix Rising. And if Seattle Sounders play a similar team that beat Lou City, I think Phoenix Rising got a chance of winning there. Certainly Lou City came close, losing on penalties. Then Indy and Detroit, 2 USL sides coming head-to-head.
One of those teams will be in the quarterfinals, so exciting for Indy or Detroit. How about the team of the week? It's led by Aiden Stanley, and coach of the week, Danny Cruz, after that 3-0 win.
Yeah, and 2 of his players, Ray Serrano and Taylor Davila, in that lineup there, but all good players. Augustine Williams coming good as well. Mashabani trying to help El Paso get themselves off the bottom of the table. Yeah, well done, Danny Cruz.
Halftime here from Las Vegas. We'll see if Las Vegas can close this out. We'll have the second half along with highlights and stats next.
All right, team. I'm not angry. I want to know who broke this. I want to make sure this doesn't happen again in the future. We found this tangled up in the transfer rollers. Who did this?
AIS is a proud sponsor of the Las Vegas Lights Football Club.
Let's redo the basement.
Hello, home movie theater.
Spare bedroom.
Why not both? Use the US Bank mobile app to apply for a home improvement loan. It's easy.
Wonderful, Alex.
Hey, that's what US Bank is for. Anything else?
How about a loan for a bigger car?
Our family is growing.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother's moving in with his 5 dogs.
Oh.
Heyo!
And we're expecting.
Expecting what?
Help for today, planning for tomorrow. US Bank. We'll get there together.
A look at our first half highlights. They are presented to you by Great Clips. And early on, it started with Taylor Davila and Lou City getting on the board first.
Yeah, Taylor Davila just running and no one tackles him, and he keeps running and he gets in the box and eventually thinks, well, you know what, I've got a good left foot, let me tuck it away. Does he tuck it away? An absolutely brilliant finish there, but some very poor defending down the center of Las Vegas Lights.
A few minutes later, though, a great response. First shot on target of the game, and Las Vegas equalize.
Yeah, it's a lovely ball across from Sean Smart. Missed by Samake, but Valentin Noel absolutely buries this one in the back of the net, and they're back on level terms. And it didn't have many chances, Las Vegas Lights, but when they came, they certainly took them.
It was Samake who got the assist on that one, and then 35th minute, maybe a bit of a cheap foul, but it's enough there. And then Charlie Adams steps up and buries it.
It's an unnecessary foul from McFadden. You just don't have to put your elbow in the back there, because from there, Charlie Adams whips this ball. Yeah, I've still got question marks about Damian Lash. You've got to look after your near post before you worry about crosses, and he gets beaten way too easily. But what a strike from Charlie Adams.
Our stats presented by US Bank. It's pretty much been the shots in favor of Louisville City. Las Vegas, they've had more possession, and they've been the more clinical of the two sides. 2 shots on target and 2 goals. And with that, we welcome you back here to Cashman Field in Las Vegas with Gary Bailey. I'm Josh Eastern. Thanks so much for being with us. 3 games going on in the USL Championship tonight. Oakland and Orange County is 1-1. Phoenix leads Miami by 2-0 at halftime as well. As we are just about set for the second 45 minutes. There's the whistle and away we go. Will we get a response from Lou City, or will Las Vegas find their first win in over a month? A lot to play for in this second half for both sides. City trying to make those, well, this is on the turn, a chance, and it's Amater who scoops it up. What I was going to say was Lou City trying to make those games in hand count as they try to chase Charleston.
Good ball in here. He's got a chance here. Wilson Harris turns, just gets that shot straight at the goalkeeper. I think there's been a change at half-time, seeing Amadou Dia on that left side and no Jake Morris.
Cross coming in, it was deflected down, a chance to shoot, and it was blocked. And now a chance to counter the other way. Here's Sean Smart. He'll pull it back, and the Lights will keep it. A lot of subs coming. First is Amadou Dia, as you mentioned, coming in for Jake Morris. Will also be Ray Serrano entering for Elijah Winder. Subs brought to you by Desert Radiology, and then Jansen Wilson entering for Aiden McFadden. Obviously, Danny Cruz seeing something at halftime said, we need a little jolt into our side, and he makes 3 halftime subs.
Well, he's got the quality on the bench to be able to make those subs, but what I admire about him is he makes them early.
It's Gonzalez. Nearly got a shot away, but it was blocked. And then cleared up field.
Yeah, just saying he makes them early. He doesn't sort of wait till the 60th, 65th minute when it's the norm. At halftime, he's like, this isn't working. I'm changing it right now, which is tough on the players who came off because none of them necessarily played badly. Elijah Winder, Aidan McFadden, who gave away an unnecessary free kick, but other than that was okay. Jake Morris. But sometimes, as you say, you just need to shake the locker room up, make players realize.
Ball ahead for Gonzalez. He tries to hook it back into the middle and cleared away. Asante trying to carry it out. He was fouled. He's writhing in pain. Will this be a card to Wilson Harris?
You can see that locker room has been riled up at halftime. No doubt Danny Cruz has had a go at them. Just comes with a trailing right foot there, perhaps unnecessary, and yeah, he's going to go in the book, unfortunately.
Yellow card to the striker for Lou City and Wilson Harris.
That's something you know about this Lou City team. If they're not happy, they will come out firing and getting in people's faces. They're a tough side physically, and I really do expect them to come at Las Vegas Lights, which is a good test for the Lights and Dennis Sanchez's side. If you can beat Lou City and beat them not just by scoring quickly at the very end, but by scoring early and having to defend that lead, then you're going to be a decent side.
Asante back on his feet. And Clementa puts it back into play for Las Vegas. Much too far as runs out of play. Smart ahead for Asante. Asante, he was tripped again. A free kick for Las Vegas.
He's such a clever player, Asante. He's got such fast feet. I mentioned it before, I think he's got 15 caps for Ghana. Ghana are a very, very good footballing nation. So to get 15 caps, you've got to be some player. And he has shown that over the years in the USL, what a quality footballer he is.
Back-to-back MVP in 2019 and 2020. 3-time best 11 player in the USL Championship. Just all of that with Phoenix Rising. He's had to reinvent his game a bit. He's not as quick as he was in those glory years with Phoenix, but still give him a good look at goal, and he can put one away. He does only have 1 assist, though, this year. Here's Smart. And as Kona. Smart in through the middle. Trying to flick this ahead. It was a kind deflection, and Wilson Harris misses. Boy, this year, that's a collector's item. He has been in such good form. Couldn't find it here.
And it fell for him absolutely perfectly here. This ball there just comes off Smart's foot. He knows what he wants to do. He wants to stick it far post. Smart trying to play it back, and all he does is put Wilson Harris through, and he gets the strike, gets the power, just doesn't quite get it in that far corner. And I think Ray Serrano got himself in a position where a square ball might have been an even easier way to finish that chance off. So I hope from a Lou City point of view they don't rue that missed opportunity.
Knowing them, they're going to come right back at it. And here they come. It's Dia. Tries to play it across. It's deflected back for Amateur.
As I said, this will be a real good test for Las Vegas Lights. Can you hold on to a lead against Lou City? Can you compete? Can you counter-attack? Can you retain some possession? Can you even try and perhaps get a third? These are all questions that will probably be answered in the next 40 minutes or so.
Chance to cross for Sean Tosh. Dia heads this into the air, and it's an easy take for Amateur. Tonight's second half is presented by Comprehensive Cancer Centers. Kick cancer in Las Vegas for more than 40 years.
We were talking to Dennis Sanchez about the LAFC game and what they learned. He said it was a great experience, but what we did show was a competitive edge. So I was very happy with that. We were in this game right to the end. Well, it's that competitive edge that might make the difference here today. If they can match Lou City for intensity, winning the ball, they might very well walk away with all 3 points.
Loss. Send this back into play for Lou City. We've talked about how good defensively they have been so far this year. Only conceded multiple goals in a game twice coming into this in the league. 5-3 win against Indy, and then that 3-2 loss against Charleston. As this is taken from distance, and it's a bit too high.
Well, they certainly created the chances. Looking at the XG at the half-time, Las Vegas 0.17. They got 2 goals out of that, which is an amazing return. Just 0.17 of an expected goal. For Lou City, 0.64, which is about right. It's just over half a goal, and they've got 1 on the scoreboard. They've created by far the better and more frequent chances.
Serrano feeds Harris. Harris goes down. It's a free kick, and this was just outside the area.
Yeah, good play by Wilson Harris. Such a clever player with the ball, and wins and draws rather the yellow card on Sean Smart. Question is, what are they going to do from this position? If Charlie Adams can score from an angle, what can they do here? Serrano with a quick ball. It's going across the box there, just tempting Smart into putting his foot out. I'm sure Wilson Harris was hoping to get in the box before that happened, but it happened just on the edge. But it's a great position. If you can get the ball over the wall and down, there's not much chance for the keeper to get across when it's that central a position. If your name's Lionel Messi, you pretty much got this nailed, but...
Smart gets the yellow card, and now he'll get the, at least initially, he was going to be laying under the wall. This is 18.5 yards out, if you want to call it that. Very, very close.
It is, but Adrian Perez is such a wonderful striker of the ball. He doesn't have to hit it hard. He's just got to get enough topspin that it gets over the wall and then drops down in the goal. If you're the goalkeeper, Nick Amateur, you've got to be on the other side of the goal. You have the wall mark one side, you've got the other side, which means you've got a lot of ground you have to cover, and if you sneak too much, Perez might decide, or even Wilson Harris might decide to go on the side that you're on as a goalkeeper. So you can't cheat, or you can, but you take a risk if you do.
Will it be Harris? Will it be Perez? Already one brilliant free kick tonight. Might we get another? This is Adrian Perez. He tried to finesse it around the wall, and the wall did its job. It's out for a corner.
That wasn't a good free kick, was it? I thought he might go over and bring it down. I thought he might even go straight to the keeper because there were so many Lou City bodies blocking the keeper's view.
Serrano delivers the corner kick, and the header is wide. Great chance for Jorge Gonzalez.
He seems to be claiming that it came off one of the Las Vegas Lights players. So he got the header. Maybe he headed it off the back of someone. Let's have another look from this angle. But again, it's another little half chance, isn't it? All we see is Ray Serrano playing the ball in. If you keep adding up all these chances, Wilson Harris's chance about 10 minutes ago when he got through on goal and left foot hit it wide. They really shouldn't be behind Lou City. But in this game isn't about expected goals, it's about actual goals.
I guess maybe that's what is going to keep Danny Cruz up at night, is if they can't finish their chances.
Well, they have been all season, to be fair.
Yep.
And you're going to get the odd game where just things don't happen for you. It's the nature of this game.
Still plenty of time to go here tonight. Forward, Dia heads it along, be taken by Amateur. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Through the middle for Gonzalez. Trying to feed Amadou Dia. His cross was blocked, and Ngando will carry it out. Ngando motors around the corner as a couple of subs to be preparing to come on. That was last stop of Ngando. It's Joe Hafferty in for Sean Smart. Also be Xander Romero coming onto the field for Las Vegas, the 19-year-olds. Joe Hafferty missed a good portion of the early part of the season due to injury, but he is now back. Hafferty in. It is also Samake who comes out as Lou City come forward once again very quickly.
I'm not surprised Samake's come out. He just really battled to have an impact on this match.
Subs brought to you by Desert Radiology as Kona comes forward. As Kona, well, trying to get back to his feet. He was bumped a couple of times. Now Hafferty. And Romero. Or El Salvador under 20 player, or under 23 player rather. For Las Vegas, Nagro gives it away. The Lights couldn't keep that alive as we pass the hour mark. Hafferty. Now Romero. Adams and Garcia will return it for Amateur. Still no shots in this second half for Las Vegas, even though they have had more of the ball. Davila off his chest. Here's Perez. Amadou Dia. Dia's cross deflected on the way through. Vegas able to carry it out. Romero, though, dispossessed. As Kona goes over the top of Adams. Adams didn't like that very much, and he's into the book.
Great skills there from Azcona. Brilliant. And Carl Adams, you're right. Just a bit of a dent on the egos. He's saying, well, I'm going to stop you from going anywhere. Didn't need to be honest, because Taylor Davila was on the cover. At least would have held Azcona up. Looking at the bench for Las Vegas, they have a couple of players who can play up front, but I just wonder, this false nines works so well for them. When we spoke to Dennis Sanchez about it, he said, you know what, it gives us overloads in midfield because we can bring our forward players back and they play more as midfielders for a while. And so if you bring on the likes of Ricky Alba or Corey Bennett, those are players who play more as number nines. It might disrupt the flow, but having said that, you might also need fresh legs on the pitch at some stage if you're Vegas. So we wait to see what Dennis Sanchez does.
Azcona leading the break. Plenty of space. Edison Azcona, deflected shot is scooped up by Damian Loss.
Okay, 2-1 down. I can't think of Damian Loss having made one save, one proper save. He really has been a spectator for both goals, obviously, and nothing else he's had to do, really.
Well, that was the first save because the 2 shots on target were the 2 goals.
Oh, that's it. That just proves the point then, I guess. That's what's frustrating for Lou City, is the team they play against gets 2 chances and scores twice. They must have had double-figure chances and only scored once.
There's Nigro moving it out wide. Is there something on here for Las Vegas? And Gondo charging forward. Still in Gondo. Ordonez wins it off of him. Ordonez concedes possession right back. It finally dawned on me when Valentin Noel scored the goal. He scored against his former teammate last year, Damian Loss. Noel and Damian Loss, part of Austin FC2's championship team in MLS Next Pro. Dennis Sanchez, an assistant coach on that team, so a bit of a reunion here tonight with a few of those players. Foul in the middle.
I think we also have to bear in mind that Dennis Sanchez had to build this team in next to no time. What did he join 3 weeks before the season started? If I'm correct, they didn't have a single player signed up at that stage. Let everybody go. So to be fair, he's built a team and a squad in very short notice that have done more than decently well, and they're getting stronger by the day by the looks of it.
It's Charlie Adams who was the first signing, and then there was a bunch of signings that came quickly thereafter to build the team. On the turn, Harris. Is he pulled down? Not according to the referee.
Good first touch from Wilson Harris, gets him past the first centre-back, but then he's just shoved off the ball. Shouldered off, I guess, is the right word, because it wasn't a penalty. He's such a clever player in the box, Wilson Harris. And that's why he is second in the Golden Boot with 8 goals so far this season.
He only had a 9th tonight. Harris. Louisville carry on. Perez moves it out wide. Just stays in play. Dia was up for it. It's a looping header taken by Amateur. He'll distribute quickly. Hafferty. Matchup down this near side with Hafferty against Ray Serrano, a couple of former Sounders Academy players going up against each other as this is turned over. Here's Harris, turns it upfield, connects with Amadou Dia. Dia trying to turn the corner. There's a whistle, and it's a foul against the outside back for Louisville.
Yeah, Amadou Dia just trying to have an impact, trying to do something there, but didn't have any momentum, and so wasn't able to get past the defenders. And once you stop, and he comes to a stop here, it's very difficult to get going again. the end, it's Emre Clement who gets his ankles tapped. And no rush to get this game going now, Las Vegas. They hold the upper hand, and they're going to just try and frustrate Lou City. I would expect to start to see some more subs, although Lou City have made their 3. I think fresh legs might be needed on both sides. Shawamni still available for Danny Cruz if he wants someone a little bit bigger, more of a target man up front.
Here's Davila. Adams, the header back for loss, and just enough on that as Kono is bearing down.
Just needs an injection from a Lou City point of view. Las Vegas are quite happy to slow the pace down. And although they've made 3 subs at half time, but just think maybe somebody else coming on now might just reignite Lou City's attack.
Switch of play, Asante goes with his head first. Former Phoenix Rising teammates. There's former teammates all across the field tonight.
It's a reunion.
Here's Harris driving forward, going right at Clementa. They both went down, and Clementa won that battle.
No sign of subs yet around Danny Cruz. But I would expect something to happen soon, because he needs to get his team revitalized. You can see him having a chat there. He's trying to figure out, what can I do? We've had the chances, we haven't taken them. Who can I bring on that might make a difference?
Back for Loss. Pops it up for Adams, who can get it away. Gonzalez heads it forward and nothing doing. Nigro sends it back for Amateur. If you can't watch the match, turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, plus your live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM FC 157 and the new SiriusXM app. Wilson trying to chase after this. He keeps it in play, deflects it in the middle, and Ray Serrano scores! 2 games in a row with a goal for Serrano, and Lou City is level.
Well, that's all the effort. That's the pressure they've been putting on. Eventually, something had to give, but you've got to give credit out wide. There's a long ball here. Adams knocks it wide, but look at this first touch. Down the line, absolutely brilliant from Jansen Wilson. He puts the ball across. Wilson Harris goes the near post and puts the keeper off. But this is the ball here from Jansen Wilson. Does so well to keep that in play. And then Wilson Harris does so well to get in front of the goalkeeper, make it difficult for the keeper. And then Ray Serrano pounces on the loose ball. But the work was done before that. Well done, Lou City. They eventually get their just rewards for a lot of pressure.
Ray Serrano, he scored in 2 straight games. He scored in 3 straight league games now, as he continues his strong season for Louisville City. Serrano now up to 5 goals. We talked to Danny Cruz about him this week. He said everybody kind of takes their own time as they progress in development as a player, and it's taken him a little bit of time, but he said the quality is nothing new. It's been there for a while with Serrano, but now it's about the consistency with how he trains and how he plays in games. That's been the most important part. And he said he came into this season with a point to prove, and boy, he's proved a point so far with 5 goals.
He certainly has. We spoke about him last season, saying as good as he is, he needs to impact the game. Well, he certainly is impacting, because you can add 3 assists to those 5 goals, and he's just 22 years of age, which means that if he keeps progressing, and it's a big if, of course, he can go higher and higher, and possibly to MLS level. That's the talent this young man possesses. But coaches will always look at it and say, how do you impact the game? What trouble do you cause? Well, 5 goals and 3 assists most certainly is causing trouble.
What's next in this game? It was 1-0 to Lou City, then it was 2-1 to Vegas. Now we're all square. Next goal is a very important one. Here's Azcona. Moved out wide, and Gondo trying to feather this one through, and Noel, I don't think he was expecting it, as it was missed by Ordonez. Half chance there for Vegas.
Yeah, sometimes you have to assume that defenders miss the ball. That's why you're making the run. Easier said than done, of course, because 9 times out of 10 the defender will just clear that. But if you're following, you've almost got to have that instinct that says, what if he doesn't connect with this ball? You can see he's annoyed with himself, thinking the same thing. I must assume they miss it. But all of a sudden, Las Vegas throwing a little bit more forward, so this game might really open up now.
Amadou Dia getting to the end line. Deflected cross. Vegas will get this back. All the way over the top, nodded back. Damian Loss will beat Noel to it.
Sure, that was close. That wasn't the best header back. The goalkeeper just saving his blushes there by sprinting out and booting the ball clear.
Who was MLS Next Pro Goalkeeper of the Year in 2023. On loan from Austin FC. He's pretty much been the #1 this year for Danny Cruz, former US Youth national teamer.
He's got Danny Fondes, who's, we mentioned, played against Seattle and played really well. So he's got some pressure behind him. He has to perform. I think we've seen with Danny Cruz already at half-time, if things aren't going well, he's more than happy to swap players around. And you're talking of goalkeepers, Las Vegas have had a whole bunch of goalkeepers this season.
As Dia delivers, the header will get it away. It was Wormel who started at the beginning. Rosarena had a spell of games. Now Amateur getting a chance. Some pushing and shoving here. Dia will walk away. I mean, you would know. I mean, it's one goalkeeper, so it's who has the hot hand at the moment. There are a lot of different factors that go into it, but right now, Dennis Sanchez likes what Amateur has brought to this Las Vegas side.
Yeah, it's the downside of being a keeper. As you say, you're either in or out. And it can be frustrating if you're out because you don't get a chance. Not like they bring you on with 70 minutes and give you a run out. You just don't get a chance until that goalkeeper messes up. If that goalkeeper's really good, then you can end up sitting on the bench for season after season.
Top loss, retreating. 15 minutes to go here tonight. This game very much still up for grabs. And it's been a good one thus far.
Yeah, it really has. There was no question Lou City have had the majority of the chances and possibly feel they should be well clear. But you've got to give Las Vegas Lights credit. 2 chances come along, they grab them both. Could Lou City have defended better in those chances? Probably. This Las Vegas side seems to be improving again, going back to their previous results. San Antonio draw away, good result. LAFC, very strong LAFC, and they were in with a shot right up until the last few minutes of that game. So maybe they're just finding their feet with new coach, new players. Could almost say new ground the way they've changed Cashman Field.
Looks like that's the end of the night. The captain's armband has been handed off to Emra Clementa. Charlie Adams will be making way. Let's see who will enter. Alba will be entering for Las Vegas. So there's that target striker that we've talked about.
I hadn't gotten it to you yet.
Which makes sense. They've tried a few long balls in the last sort of 5-10 minutes, and Solo Santos tried to get on the end of them, but no joy at all. If you have a number 9 to aim for, someone who can hold the ball up, that might work. And we see Shawamni as well. Gets his shot.
1 goal for Shawamni this year, his first season with Louisville after spending last year with Pittsburgh. Jorge Gonzalez who will make way. Those subs brought to you by Desert Radiology. Game in the Western Conference just going final. Oakland 90+4 winner against Orange County. All of a sudden Orange County looking for some form. They go out of the cup, they lose 3-0 against Louisville. And now they lose 2-1 on the road against Oakland. Phoenix is still leading Miami by 2-0, but big winners today. Loudoun over Monterey Bay. Tampa Bay scored 5 against Tulsa. Indy 11 beat Hartford 4-1. That's a foul. It's a free kick coming for Lou City, and a chance to deliver one into the box now.
Joe Hafferty just gritting his teeth there, because that's a bad one to give away, an unnecessary one to give away as well. Very similar position to where Charlie Adams whipped it in at the near post, maybe a little bit closer to the touchline in this case, but still closer in than a corner, which makes it a lot more dangerous.
Serrano will deliver. Serrano to the back post, the heads go up. Ordonez was onto it, he couldn't keep it down.
Such a threat in the air. Ordonez, Kyle Adams, Sean Tosh. Now you've got Tola Shawamni on there. That if they get more free kicks and more crosses into the box, they could get something through their big guys.
Foul as Alba was pulled back. 1 goal for Alba this year. He did score in the Open Cup as well, the winner against Spokane.
Started as a Norwegian youth international, but then changed to Dominican Republic.
Turned over, it's Dia. Head for Shawamni, tried to bring it back for Harris. Play on as Kona trying to switch the point of attack. It's Valentin Noel. Here come the lights. Noel cuts it in, finds Asante. Solomon Asante off the woodwork. A quick strike attack from Vegas on the break.
Wow, it's a great strike from Solo Asante. Thumps against that post, but one touch and hits it. He's so quick to pull that trigger, sets himself up with the first touch, and then winds that, smacks it against that post. And that's where his value is. Such a clever player still. This match so finely balanced now. You don't know which way it's going to go.
Chances on both ends. 10 minutes left. Las Vegas trying to find their first win since they beat San Antonio by 1-0 back on April 6th. It was just a few days after that, on April 9th, in which Louisville lost their last match. Could just settle for a draw, which honestly might be fair after these 90 minutes. We'll see what these last 9 minutes bring.
Yeah, certainly would be fair to Lou City, have created the most chances and probably the best chances as well. But But it could also be the turning of the corner for Las Vegas. You start adding that to the draw at San Antonio. That's two very good teams you get a draw against. You stay competitive against LAFC with a strong side. It's got to add to self-belief in the locker room. But there's still around 10 minutes to go before we can conclude that discussion.
Made ahead, it's Ricky Alba. Tries to cut it back. He didn't really have the angle for goal. A failed clearance by Loss. It's Alba. White shirts tracking back. They can't get it out. Romero for Asante. This cross cleared away. Asante tried to carry it forward. Hafferty just caromed into Dia, and that's a foul.
Hafferty getting stuck in here. He's been giving fouls away at both ends of the pitch. Just going back to that Alba chance, just felt they had a chance to pull the trigger a little bit earlier. Didn't necessarily need to bring anybody else into play. A chance to at least get a shot on target and test Damien Lass.
Another ball in the field that Lass will have to put out of play.
I guess a draw would be a decent result for Lou City. They'll look at that on the road and say not an easy place to come to. It still means that they're scoring goals, remaining undefeated, with the exception of that one match against Charleston. Problem for Las Vegas Lights just keeps them away from a position in the top 8, a playoff spot.
What's up next for Las Vegas? A trip to Tampa Bay. It's not going to be an easy trip. This comes forward, the header falls for Amadou Dia. It was heavy off his chest. He kept the play alive. Jansen Wilson moves it down the line. Adrian Perez cuts it back. Wilson tried to bring it in field and couldn't do so. It's played ahead. Tosh has it covered.
I've got to go back to that Amadou Dia chance. That is poor control of the ball. He had time. All he had to do was chest that and volley it in the back of the net. That should have been the winning goal. This was the most difficult thing in the world, just to chest it down, but he totally got that wrong. Bounced off his chest, got too far away, and he ended up not being able to get a shot on target. His level of football, Amadou Dia, and given that he's a really good player, that should have been his moment of glory. Little chest, volley, back of the net, game over.
Like-for-like change coming. Wes Sharpie will enter for Arturo Ordonez, and that is now all 5 subs utilized for Danny Cruz and Louisville. Kyle McCabe will be the only field player who will not feature tonight unless they have to use a concussion sub. That's a Desert Radiology substitution. Davila, who got the scoring started tonight. It's moved out wide. The cross comes in! What a chance for Louisville. It was put right where you'd want it to be. It caroms out of play, and it's a corner kick on the way.
They're going to be frustrated with all these chances not taken, Lou City. They really have to finish them off. They are applying the pressure. Good ball put in with a whip on it. Tola Shawamni. He's got to angle that towards goal.
Serrano to the near post, is flicked into the middle and over the bar. What a chance for Jansen Wilson, trying for goals in 2 straight.
Not cleared by the home side. Might have been a handball there, difficult to see, and he just stabs at that, but chance after chance. Going and begging here for Lou City. Las Vegas have to defend better. Not whether it's this match or future matches. Just allowing way too many chances here in these dying moments.
Expected goals for Lou City up to 2.22, and that's before that gets calculated into it. Wow. 16 shots, 5 on target. 6 shots and 3 on target in this game for Las Vegas.
some of those are not easy. I get Jansen Wilson just stretching out and getting a boot to it. Tola Shawamni should have done better with his. Doesn't even get it towards goal. He sort of hooks it back. But the biggest culprit there, Amadou Dia, for me, because his was just a standard chest and volley. He didn't get that right.
Clementa and Serrano getting to know each other. Sub coming for Las Vegas, and this will also be the last sub using all 3 substitution windows. Malik Howell will enter for JC Ngando. Adding another defender into the mix here just to try to lock things down. It's a Desert Radiology sub. Down, Perez. It's all the way back for Amateur. Noel touches it out of play. Trying to turn the corner. Shawunmi to the end line. It's last off, Shawunmi.
Vegas trying to move this ball quickly, which shows you that they're not just happy with the draw, they want to go and win it. Both sides pushing, which is good to see.
On the turn, Noel breaks it up. Ahead for Ricky Alba. White shirts converging, he needs some help. And he gets it with Joe Hafferty. Hafferty gets end line, now has to turn it back. Leek Howell. All the way back again. Hafferty keep this in play. Here's Howell.
I keep coming back to the goalkeeper and trying to build up from the back. It's nice football, I get it, but there's only a few minutes left. You want to be getting it down the other end of the pitch. And they get to the halfway line and then just bring the ball back.
Comes in for Serrano. That shot blocked by Clementa. Asante takes it off of Davila. And here's Valentin Noel. Alba's up ahead. Howell joining the picture. Here's Malik Howell. Gonna roll it in. Was there some contact there? It's a goal kick. As Toshu lunged in there on Noel.
Well, it's not been given, but let's have a look and see. I think he'd already kicked the ball out of play, but then contact was made. So even if there was VAR, don't think that would have been called. At least they're getting forward, Las Vegas Lights. What I like about them is they're not settling on the draw. They're trying to win this game. As are Lou City, who've been pushing for most of this match.
Foul in the middle. Here's Hafferty. Clementa Head for Asante. 5 minutes of stoppage time, minute and a half into it. Shawunmi wins it back. Tola Shawunmi for Wilson Harris. It'll take him all the way to the end line. It's touched away. It looked like something was coming there for Lou City. It still might. Serrano connect with Dia. Here's Noel.
Certainly been lots of entertainment in this match. There's been chances and goalmouth efforts from both sides.
Jansen Wilson comes in field. Adrian Perez. This one is wide.
It's about the third or fourth shot he's had where he's put it over the crossbar. He's such a wonderful striker of the ball, but time and time again, it's over the crossbar. Yeah, you can see he's clapping his hands and scratching his head. He's got to try and keep it lower because the power is there, the direction is often there. But it just makes it easy for Nick Amateur when every shot from Adrian Perez flies over the crossbar.
The 19 shots, only 5 of them have been on target. Shawunmi couldn't keep it. Romero. As Kona is still down. Now he's back to his feet. Nigro, 2 minutes to go. Nigro progressing. Cuts it in for Noel. Path to Alba blocked down. Asante. A lot of white shirts back defending. Solomon Asante. He wants it on that right foot. Here's Malik Howell. For Azcona, the return for Howell. He tries to cut it back. The shot dribbling towards Las, who makes the save. Not enough on it from Noel.
Wow, wouldn't that have been dramatic to have won it with that kick for Las Vegas? Nice little move down the right-hand side and really creative. Good touches from Malik Howell here. And he gets the ball back, tries to pull it back there in the effort on goal, but comfortable save in the end for Damien Las. I think just great credit to both sides. There's been a lot of attacking football. We've had 4 goals. It could have been a hell of a lot more, mostly for Lou City, but Las Vegas played their part as well.
Noel, Nigro in support on the overlap. This might be one of the game's last chances. Romero turns out of trouble. Finds Nigro. He's ready to serve, and it's cleared away. Long run for this one. Garcia, he's beaten to the ball, but Amateur gets it away.
Drama right up until the last kick of the game. That would have been an embarrassing way to end it for Las Vegas. So they have a chance at one end, they nearly give a chance away at the other. Well, we'll talk about Las Vegas being the place to go for entertainment. They've certainly delivered here tonight, both sides.
It's looking like it'll be 2 straight draws for Las Vegas and the first draw of the season for Lou City. All eyes on the referee now. It's a foul against Alba. And that is the full-time whistle. Well, a 2-2 draw might be pretty fair here tonight. What a finish it was. Chances on both ends. But the points are shared tonight at Cashman Field.
I think it's a good point for Las Vegas Lights. They certainly could have ended up on the end of a couple more goals being conceded, but they've done well. Got a draw out of this, and I think they've turned the corner. They're certainly a hard team to beat now, Las Vegas. They really are improving.
Time for our save of the game, brought to you by Nevada Donor Network. Remember, you can save a life at registerme.org, and this was the one right at the end. Had to get this away, and he did.
Yeah, fairly straightforward for the keeper there, just to boot that clear, but you've got to be in the right place at the right time. A little bit of lazy defending there from Fabian Garcia, and Nick Amateur just boots that down the pitch.
A good one tonight for Las Vegas as they eventually get the job done There is Valentin Noel. He's talking to Arturo Ordonez. He is tonight's hardest working man of the match. It is brought to you by Laborers International, the hardest working guys in Las Vegas.
Good player, lovely touch on him. Caused problems, got a goal as well. And I think he, along with Solo Asante, all sort of playing in this false nine role. Asante was more wide in this occasion, but they play those roles so well. Such good touch players. And Vegas, well, I think they're on the up and up, and they might yet make the playoffs this season. I think they're good enough to do it. And for Lou City, of course, wonderful side. And I think they'll eventually be happy with a point, although they probably felt they could have won it and should have won it.
We will come back and wrap things up right after this. Full-time score, Las Vegas 2 and Lou City 2. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo, City of Henderson police officer and former Las Vegas Lights team captain. My mother, Susie, desperately waited for a second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
At Silver State Schools Credit Union, we help you celebrate life's little moments and guide you through the big ones. Earn 2% cash back on every purchase with our Cashback Rewards credit card.
Silver State Schools Credit Union, your financial partner for life.
Mi raza bonita, desde 1991 hemos compartido nuestras tradiciones mexicanas. Desde muy temprano, nuestros panaderos empiezan a elaborar los bolillos y el pan dulce. Y las tortillas todos los días salen calientitas. Le digo algo, mi raza bonita, lo que está hecho en La Bonita, está hecho en Las Vegas.
Full time from Las Vegas. It finishes Lights 2 and Lou City 2. A good one tonight, and just the second ever meeting between these two teams. Hugs all around for former teammates and friends. Talk about all the former teammates in this game here tonight. It is time to take a look, though, at our full-time highlights. They're presented by Great Clips. And the scoring got started early on in this one in the 7th minute. Nobody stopped Taylor Davila.
Yeah, and they should have done. Should be much better defending. Look how far out he is. He runs and nobody bites there. Valentin Noel doesn't. Fabian Garcia doesn't. And in the end, he says, well, with my left foot, I can stick it past the keeper. And that's what he did. Great strike.
He opens the scoring for Lou City. It only took 9 minutes for Las Vegas to respond to the form of Valentin Noel.
Yeah, nice little play here from Asante, gets the ball out wide, gets whipped in from Smart. Missed by Samake, but Valentin Noel doesn't miss it. You can see here, Samake has a great chance, but whack, just volleyed home, and that was 1-1, and you're thinking, well done, Las Vegas, to get back into it. But then, they're going to take a 2-1 lead. Very unnecessary free kick to give away. McFadden doesn't need to do that. And then from that position, Charlie Adams just bends this in at the near post, pace and dip, and he catches out Damian Lass at that near post. Fantastic goal, but a little bit of a question mark about the goalkeeper.
Now then we go into the second half, 2-1 to Las Vegas for a while before the substitute, Ray Serrano, makes an impact.
Jansen Wilson doing so well here. Wilson Harris puts the keeper off at the near post, and it falls nicely for Ray Serrano, who says, thank you very much, I will get the equalizer.
Serrano gets the equalizer in the end. Our stats presented by US Bank. All those chances for Lou City, but not able to win this game in the end.
Yeah, not enough on target, but even then I thought they were a touch unlucky here and there. And they'll probably feel they should have got more out of this match, but a draw on the road at Las Vegas isn't the end of the world for Lou City, for Las Vegas. They're turning the corner. They're really looking better. They're playing with this false nine. It seems to be working for them, and I think they're going to climb up that Western Conference League table bit by bit.
So that will do it for our coverage tonight from Cashman Field in Las Vegas. A great back and forth game between an Eastern Conference and Western Conference rival as it finishes all square at 2. For our entire crew, broadcast partner Gary Bailey, I'm Josh Eastern saying so long from Cashman Field in Las Vegas. Their full-time score, Las Vegas 2 and Lou City 2. Good night.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.